Being a medieval knight sounds incredible. The armor, the sword, the horse, the glory. It sounds like the greatest job in human history. It was not. In fact, being a medieval knight was one of the most expensive, painful, and frankly ridiculous ways a human being could choose to spend their life. And tonight, we are going to find out exactly why. Also, the armor weighed about 25 kilograms, and you had to go to the toilet in it. We will get to that. First, let us talk about the fantasy. When most people imagine a medieval knight, they picture something very specific. A gleaming warrior on a white horse charging heroically across a battlefield, rescuing somebody, defeating a villain, looking magnificent while doing it. This image comes from medieval literature from Hollywood movies and from centuries of romantic storytelling about chivalry and honor. It is also almost entirely fiction. By the way, an average medieval knight spent more time managing his accounts than he did fighting, which is not what the films show you, but is absolutely what the historical records show us. The real medieval knight was less gleaming warrior and more heavily indebted landowner, permanently bruised, slightly smelly, trying desperately to afford a new horse. Let us meet him. Here is the thing nobody tells you about being a medieval knight. It cost an absolute fortune. Not just a lot of money, a fortune. Let us break down what a knight actually needed to function. A war horse, called a destrier, cost the equivalent of approximately 10 years of an average worker's wages. Just the horse. His armor, a full suit of plate armor by the 14th century, cost roughly the same as a small house. Just the armor. His sword, shield, lance, and other weapons, another year's wages. His squire, who did most of the actual work, needed to be fed, housed, and paid. His horses needed feeding, and knights kept multiple horses because war horses were too valuable to ride every day. So how did most medieval knights actually pay for all of this? They did not. They borrowed money constantly. The most celebrated warriors in medieval Europe were essentially just very well-armed people who could not pay their bills. But let us set aside the finances for a moment. On an actual normal day, not a battle day, what did a medieval knight actually do? He woke up early, very early, around 5 a.m. This was partly because medieval life started at dawn, and partly because getting into armor took so long that you basically had to start getting dressed immediately after waking up. A full suit of plate armor could not be put on alone. You needed your squire to help you. This process took approximately 30 to 45 minutes every single morning. Imagine spending 45 minutes getting dressed every day. Not because you are particularly vain, but because if you do not fasten the right strap in the right way, you will be unable to move your left arm during a sword fight, which is generally considered a problem. After getting dressed, he would attend morning prayers, then breakfast, then training. Knights trained every single day. They were not on campaign. Sword fighting, horseback riding, wrestling, lance practice. This was not optional recreation. This was professional maintenance. A knight who stopped training got killed, which was a strong motivational incentive. If this is making you feel slightly better about your own morning routine, good. And if you want more history that nobody taught you in school, subscribe to Rewinding Europe right now. Now, you might be thinking, at least when the fighting started, things got exciting, and you would be right, just not in the way you are imagining. Medieval battles were terrifying, not glorious, terrifying. Inside a full suit of armor in the middle of a medieval battle, you could barely see. Your helmet visor had tiny slits. You could barely hear. Metal surrounds your entire head. You were extremely hot. Plate armor traps, body heat rapidly. You were exhausted before the fighting even started from simply moving in 25 kilograms of metal. And the noise, hundreds of armored men crashing into each other, all of it filtered through your tiny visor into a wall of overwhelming chaos. Here is something the films definitely do not show you. Knights fell over, regularly. A knight knocked off his horse in full plate armor was largely helpless on the ground. The most feared outcome for a medieval knight was not being killed. It was being captured, because if you were captured, you were ransomed. And ransoms were ruinously expensive, which brought you right back to the debt problem. There was genuinely no escape from the debt. Now, before we dismiss the medieval knight entirely, let us be fair. Some aspects of being a knight were genuinely extraordinary. The Brotherhood. Medieval knights had an intense loyalty to each other that modern friendships rarely match. Men who trained together, fought together, and nearly died together formed bonds that lasted entire lifetimes. The skill. A genuinely skilled medieval knight was an athlete of the highest order. Years of daily training produced a fighter whose physical abilities would be remarkable by any era's standards. Medieval tournaments, which were essentially sporting events with swords, allowed successful knights to win prize money that could actually solve the debt problem. The best tournament fighters became medieval celebrities. One more thing about medieval tournaments. They were extraordinarily dangerous. Hundreds of knights were killed in tournaments throughout medieval history. They died competing in a sporting event for prize money. To pay off the debt from the armor, they needed to compete in the tournament. It was a genuinely perfect circle of medieval financial suffering. Here is what I think is most interesting about the medieval knight. We have romanticized him almost beyond recognition. The gleaming armor, the noble quest, the rescued princess, the defeated dragon. But the actual medieval knight was a working professional. He had a job to do. That job required years of training, enormous amounts of money, significant physical pain, and a genuine willingness to die. There was glory in that, but it looked nothing like the films. It looked like a heavily indebted man in expensive metal clothing getting up at 5 a.m. to practice sword fighting in a muddy field in medieval England, and then writing letters to his bank asking for more time on his payments. History is always more complicated than the legend, and usually considerably more in debt. Medieval knights, more expensive than you thought, more painful than you imagined, considerably more in debt than the films suggest, still genuinely impressive. Every week we rewind to a moment that changed everything. Subscribe to Rewinding Europe.